Time for this week's Real Estate Real Talk. We started this conversation a few weeks back. Mortgage rates have increased significantly, and many of you probably have questions about what this means if you are planning on buying a home. Joining us right now is our eyes on the market, real estate agent Keri White. Keri, you actually did something about this. You talked about this recently on an episode in your YouTube channel. I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, is this a topic that you get the most questions about?
Absolutely. When the market is crashing, what's going on with interest rates? Who can afford a house? I mean, that's just the same question over and over again in some type of new genre of it. But, it's a hot topic, and it's definitely driving the demand down across the U.S., so it's a relevant topic.
Yeah, it's one that I hear people talking about a lot. We have to talk about current mortgage rates. That's just over 7%. And is that the only option? That's what people want to know. Are there other options out there?
Well, thankfully, these rates at 6 and 7, the only people that are getting these rates are usually maybe they don't have great credit or they're investors, so non-owner occupied type of purchases, second homes, investment homes. But a single family or condo owner occupied buyer, they are able to get different rates. Most of them are still getting in the low 5s. And there's also the adjustable rate mortgage right now, which has the best options for interest rates. And you can see here, we're just looking at the differences in rates. This is for what is currently the highest rate right now, 6 to 7. But say if you're looking at like a $400,000 house, the one right in the middle, if you're at a 6% rate at the bottom, you're at $23.98. If you're a 7.5 higher, you're at $27.97. So these rates have more impact on the actual home price itself. So sometimes when people are looking at rates, they think, oh, it's only up half a point, but it could change the amount of the home per se by $150,000. Or if you're in the $1 million category, it would change the price by $500,000 going up a couple points. So it is a big significant factor, and definitely why everyone's talking about it so much.
Yeah, significant jump when it comes to those prices. So obviously a lot of people want to know this answer. When will the rates go down?
Oh, great, Natalie. Another time for my crystal ball, right? Well, right now, everyone across the board is saying we're not going to see rates go down. Some are predicting 7%. And that is simply due to the fact that the Fed is trying to fight inflation. Rates were low this past year to generate the economy, to generate people to be excited about houses after COVID happened and the pandemic hit, because people were so scared. But these rates are artificially low, and anybody who's not necessarily a millennial, which is our audience here, they're used to rates that are 6, 7. We were talking at our office meeting, and one of the managers said, I bought my house in, I think it was the 80s at 17%. And I know my parents were bought houses in the 90s when we were kids at, 12, 13, 14%. So these rates that we're used to the last couple of years, they're not the norm. So most people that are above 40, they understand that this was just a time to generate the economy, to boost the economy. And these rates are normal. But with that being said, the Fed is expected to meet again in a couple weeks, and that's where we're going to see rates probably get boosted even into the 8s. The Federal Reserve just boosted its short-term interest rate by 0.75 of a percentage point, and that's a move that's really pushing rates higher. So Jerome Powell should come out and say some nice friendly words again, and we will see these interest rates keep climbing, not as dramatically as we have, but yep, they are headed up.
If they are headed up, if you could give advice to people out there who want to buy, is there any risk in waiting?
Well, the thing with buying, it's such a personal choice. It's a lifestyle choice, as I always say. The cost of waiting right now, unfortunately, I do have a lot of buyers, especially first-time home buyers, that maybe they are priced out of the market or they're just scared. There's a lot of uncertainty out there, and buying a home you want to do that in an environment where you feel secure. But it's interesting how many buyers wanted to buy previously this year when you were being overbid. and there were 30 offers on a home, or you had to pay $500,000 over. That seemed to be more exciting than what's happening right now, and now that there's a break in the market. In Los Angeles specifically, there's still a 3-month supply of homes on the market. So we did see this increase in inventory just slightly in June, July, August. But as of August and September, the listings are still not hitting the levels that we want them to. But speaking to renting, this is what's a little bit scary. The experts on a Zillow panel that was done recently, they expect rent growth to outpace the growth of inflation, stocks, and home values over the next 12 months. These panelists are predicting that the average rent growth will be 5.4% in 2023 as compared to this year, which they're expecting rent growth to be 8.6%. And this is essentially because home buyers who are being pushed out of the market, they're driving up rental demand because they're trying to find somewhere to live. Maybe their rent on their place is going up, so they're moving out. Maybe they're trying to save money, so they're trying to find somewhere else to go. But overall, we're all being hit by a lack of affordability or higher prices just across the nation right now, whether it's goods, cars, travel, rents, home values. So we're definitely in a time where if you are looking to buy, Money Magazine did a good article on it last week. Don't wait for prices and rates to turn in your favor because they may not. So if you find something you like, go for it.
That rent statistic is wild. But you're right. If you see something you want, go for it. Time is now. All right. You can follow Keri on Instagram at Keri Ann, and make sure you check out our YouTube channel because she did just talk about what we talked about today as well. So you can check on that. In the meantime, a lot of good stuff there.